dialogue. So as I say, the words indefinitely are being used in terms of the time period in which Jimmy Kimmel Live will not be live.
Okay, so just to put this in perspective and why we're looking at this story this evening that just broke. So Jimmy Kimmel, you have an incredibly prominent late-night talk show host in the United States on the ABC network. The FCC chair, on a podcast that CNN is describing as far right, makes comments about how what Jimmy Kimmel said was inappropriate, and now you have this this company that owns a bunch of ABC affiliates saying, we don't want to play this, and Disney pulls it. So what did Jimmy Kimmel say? What are the comments that justify all this? Well, Sarah, what were they?
The important thing to know here is these are comments that were made on Monday after a weekend in which the talk show circuits, the murder of Charlie Kirk had certainly dominated, and a lot of was being said. Monday night also was before Tuesday, obviously, and on Tuesday we heard from the Utah State prosecutor a bulk of evidence that they plan to bring forward against Tyler Robinson, who is charged with the murder of Charlie Kirk. But a lot on the weekend talk shows had dealt with who the suspect might have been or who he was, motivation, where he came from. And Jimmy Kimmel took issue with a lot of what he had heard on the talk show circuit. Here is the clip from the monologue on Monday night that seems to be the issue here.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving.
Now, that is a portion of that monologue. It does go on, and when he talks about the grieving, it is not in a flattering portrayal of the U.S. President Donald Trump. In fact, he pokes fun at the grieving process or the way that the U.S. President talks about how he's been doing since the death of, admittedly, his friend Charlie Kirk. It's well established that the two of them are quite close. We also, I think it's widely reported that the FCC chair, who was on that podcast talking about possibly revoking licenses, he is also close with the U.S. President Donald Trump, and so that is also what is sparking this as a very big story. I think not just in the United States, but really across North America. This is a show that is certainly broadcast or has been broadcast here in Canada as well, but a lot of talk about the fact that it would be abruptly taken off the air. The discussion about censorship, what should and shouldn't be allowed, that is right now dominating U.S. discourse right now. Yeah.